people.
Right?
Yeah.
You see where I'm going with this.
He
You see
got
where I'm
you.
going with it because I think I know where he's going with this. And if you can say that, you can't say that.
I agree.
So if you say there's no good people, you also cannot say that there are any bad people.
No, I say that there are people that have particular ends that they want to achieve,
Sure,
and are willing to implement certain means to achieve those ends.
Are there bad people?
I just look at it as whether or not if basically what really drives me nuts about it is the ends that are claimed, and people don't understand what it is they say that they're aiming at.
No dodging. Are there
I'm not
bad
dodging
people?
anything.
Are there bad people?
But that's just a yes or no question.
Yep, you're refusing to
People
answer
are
it.
terrible. Yes.
So yes.
Are there bad people?
Yeah.
There are bad people.
But there's no good people.
I would love to dive into this further. Now, Phil, you can have the floor as much as you want because you're going to paint yourself into a corner here. Why are there no good people?
He's busting
but
out
there
the notebook.
are
I'm just going to show you where the corner exists and show you that that's not where I am, because it's easy.
Why are there no good people, but there are bad people?
Well, first, I'll just tell you my source. My source is Jesus Christ.
Ugh.
Dodge Mister with that.
So I know that
even the chat's calling you out, Phil. Even the chat's calling you Mr. Dodge. Phil's playing dodgeball on this.
No, go ahead.
What are you talking about?
Go ahead.
What am I dodging?
Explain your point. No, he's going to do an illustration.
What
I like
have I
this.
dodged?
I like this.
I said there are no good people.
Yes, but there's only bad people.
But there are bad people.
Well, it's mostly basically that characterization comes from the centering of your existence on the performance of bad actions against your neighbors. That's what I would classify as a bad person.
So if you do good actions, then that should make you a good person.
So you've got the people axis, good and bad, and you have the action axis, good and bad. So
so for everyone listening, he's got a little four square chart.
Square. Yep. Yeah, it's a 2x2, and you set up whichever thing you're characterizing on one side, and then on the opposite. If you're a horizontal first and then vertical, doesn't matter which way you do it, because then all you do is just draw in the boxes the interactions of the two characteristics. It's a Poisson square. You can Google it, look at it. So you end up with good people doing good things. See, that makes absolute sense, right?
Yeah.
But then you have bad people doing good things, right?
Yep. Okay. Continue.
Of course, you have the classic bad people doing bad things.
Yep.
But then you also have
good people doing bad things.
Oh. Yeah. So what's the point?
Yeah.
To me, if you're going to reason about action to any degree, beginning with good people or bad people is pointless, because you're not establishing anything by saying that someone's a good person, because good people can do bad things.
I agree with you. I would say
you have to reason about action.
You're contradicting yourself.
Not characterizing people.
You're contradicting yourself.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
I absolutely started from the premise that I want to be reasoning about things. Characterizing people as good and bad is not a premise to establish reasoning.
Yet you just characterized some people as bad. You said good people do not exist, but there are bad people. You just said that. So do bad people exist?
I'm saying that if you divide people into the groups.
Yes, Phil, I see what you're saying.
I didn't say there are good people. I'm saying this is the result of reasoning about it.
Maybe he didn't hear my question before.
Right.
Are there bad people?
I feel like I am. It's like I'm stuck in one of those gravitrons or something. I'm just being spinned around by some.
You're spinning yourself around.
I am not spinning.
Are there bad people?
Yeah.
Are there good people?
No.
See, that doesn't make any sense.
Then you're contradicting yourself. Yeah. You just said you can't come from this premise and say that there are good people and bad people and figure out how their actions make sense.
The reasoning dictates bad actions. We want to exclude bad actions, whether or not good or bad people participate in them. The reasoning about good and bad people has no influence on it.
I think there's a lot of it. It comes down to
that's why I say there's no good people, because people constantly start with this premise that a person is good, and you can't start there. I don't care if somebody thinks you're a good person.
So I think that we start with there's just people. And then based off the actions for the rest of their life, that determines if they're good or bad.
No.
And if they do more good things than bad things.
No.
Yes. Can I finish? If they do more good things than bad things, I think by your kind
Tip the scales.
to its scales.
No,
You know what I mean?
weighing yourself on a scale. No, this is not the point. The point is to separate the categorization of people from the reasoning about action. That's the only point.
I agree with you entirely.
And if I can lead people to that by making them freak out about the fact that I say there are no good people, then that's what I'm going to fucking do.
Okay. I'm not raising
five,
my hand.
man.
No, sorry, not on that one. Not on
Why?
that one. Not on that one. Not on that one.
Dude, I swear to God, that
Okay.
can go viral.
Okay, we'll make a lot of clips from this. Okay,
I
we're
think
going to let Chad
it is
go.
much more intellectually consistent, and for my opinion is more intellectually consistent. Here's why. Because I believe that there is no such thing as good and evil, period. There's no such thing. It's just people.
That's why I'm talking about reasoning
Shut
about
up for a
action.
second, Phil.
It's correct or
We
incorrect.
just talked about
it's
this.
the same thing.
Stop.
So, but you're casting
We're gonna get a
aspersions on
talking.
what I just said.
We are not going to get the talking stick. We're going to get the no talking stick. Jam it in your
That's what I'm
mouth.
saying. We need to get the talking.
So, there is no such thing as good people or bad people objectively. Okay, there are, like Doug was starting to say, there are people that could be said to be good people or bad people subjectively, based on how many things bad or how many things good they have done in their lives.
Yes,
it tips the scales in one direction or the other,
depending on the person who's subjectively looking at them.
As
too,
long as you
know what I mean?
want to establish a fallacy to place your scale on.
Phil, what did we just say?
So I will say that there is no such thing as good people or bad people. There's no such thing. People are not good. People are not bad.
I'm fine with
They're just
that.
people. They're just people.
Yep.
High five?
Then what? Now I can high five.
I don't care.
If you agree that there are no bad people, you can't say that there are no good people. There's zero fucking good people in the whole world. Yeah. But
no, giving somebody the label good just gives them license for shit, and that's why they don't exist.
I think I see what you're saying.
Exactly.
I think I see where you're getting is. This is the reason why I say that I'm an atheist rather than I'm agnostic, is because I haven't seen any evidence to push me in the direction of even agnosticism. I haven't even seen evidence of that. Okay. So therefore I choose to say that I am an atheist, partly because I want people to go, it's a bit of a shock value, right? So you're saying that if I need to say this to get people to think as a shock value, then that's what I'm going to fucking do, right? Yeah. That's what you just said. I see your point there. I do the same thing when it comes to religion. Let me finish. Yeah. But you cannot sit here and say bad people do exist, but good people do not exist. If you say that good people don't exist,
you can't have one without.
You have to say that bad people also.
It's like saying, I believe in angels, but I don't believe in demons. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah, see, I don't have any problem with both of those because I know both of those exist.
Well, yeah, so do I.
And the reason that I grant more latitude to the whatever the label bad people mean, but whatever that means, is that it's far too easy from where I plant my theoretical flag concerning people making choices. There are huge swaths of the population who have dedicated their entire lives to bad action, and the only thing I can attribute to that,
people are not just evil for the sake of being evil. No, they're not. No, they're not. How many villains do you think of themselves as the villain? All the villains throughout history think of themselves as the hero. They think they're doing the right thing,
which goes back to everything being subjective, right? Because in their mind, they're doing a positive.
Yep. No villain out there. Not none. I don't deal in those only Sith.
Yeah, see, you know what? When people commit bad actions, I don't care about their explanations.
There are no such thing as if you can say that there's no such thing as people who devote their lives to good and who can be said to be good people. You cannot say the same thing of bad. You just can't, because sure, there's plenty of people out there that have done bad things. Again, it's just a scale tipper. There's people that have done a lot of bad things. There's people that have done a lot of good things too. Hitler was a fucking vegetarian and a fucking painter, you know?